Hello, my friend. I hope that you are doing well and that this time spent together on our mats is peaceful and calming and grounding and everything that you need it to be. So, thank you so much for joining me and trusting me in your practice to help guide you through. We're just going to do a slow flow class today. So make sure before we start to get settled in here, make sure you have some water, some props. A block would be really helpful today and a blanket. If you don't have a block, grab a big book or something like that that can just help bring the earth up to you in a couple of the poses. Uh, Maybe run to the restroom really quick, grab a speaker if you want to listen to any music. So just pause me and I'll see you back in a moment if you need to grab anything. And now, if you're back or you never went anywhere, we're actually going to start in a supported fish pose today. So just take your blanket. I have a yoga blanket rolled or folded in thirds and then folded the long way in half. And then I just roll that up. I place it about a third of the way down from the top of the mat. Maybe start your music if you haven't already, so that's done before you start to settle in. And then just start lowering onto the blanket. And the pointy part, the bottom part of the shoulder blades rest at the top of the blanket. Your arms can cactus here. Your legs can come long, or maybe you draw the soles of the feet together, opening through the hips. And once you feel settled, go ahead and close your eyes down. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale to release it. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, release. And start to bring your awareness to your breath, slowing it down. Starting in that low belly, carry that inhale up through the ribs, fill the chest. Exhale, fully unrushed. Continue that cycle. Maybe each round of breath starts to feel a little longer. And take a moment to notice your room, the surroundings, the temperature, any sounds from outside your space. Anything that's distracting or could be distracting, see and feel it here. Just do your best to unhear it, setting it aside, knowing it'll be there when you're done. You've carved out this time, so really claim it when those distractions find their way back. Bringing the attention back to the breath. Once you've settled into a nice rhythm here, it should require some effort, conscious breathing. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice, giving this time a purpose. What do you need? A feeling, an emotion, a prayer, a mantra. Set it here. Then take a nice big inhale once you've set that intention. Really breathe it in. Open your mouth, sigh out that breath. One more big inhale. Exhale, release. If your knees are open, just gently start to draw them together. If your legs are long, bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat. And we're just going to start to press our feet into the mat as we lift our hips. Pull that blanket out and then slowly come back down from the top of the spine to the bottom. Take a breath here in neutral. And let the legs come long here. Hands up overhead. Take a full body stretch. That low back can peel off the mat. Reach the fingers and toes. Inhale.
Exhale to release it. And while we're here, let's take a banana asana on each side. So we're going to pick up that right foot and bring it to the outside edge of the mat on that right side. Left foot crosses over the right ankle. And pick up your head and shoulders and grab that left wrist with that right hand. Find a very gentle pull here. Let that right ear just fall towards that right shoulder. Take nice big inhales here from that left pinky toe, slowly up the left side body, all the way up to the left fingertips. Exhale the breath. 3 more just like that. Big inhales. Exhale. Another breath, carrying it all the way up. Exhale, release it, release the hand. Uncross that left ankle, come back to center. Then left foot to the outside of the mat on that left side. Right ankle crosses over. Head and shoulders over to that left side. Find the right wrist. Finding that gentle pull. Big in breath all the way up that right side body. Release it. Inhale. Release. 2 more. Last one. Exhale, release that right hand, uncross the ankle, come back to center. Give yourself another full body stretch here. Exhale to release it. Bending your knees, feet to the mat. We're just going to roll over to either side into our fetal pose. Just taking a breath or two there. This pose of newness, new moments, new beginnings, new breath, new you. Just breathe it in. And then when you're ready, just start to make your way towards tabletop. If you tend to have sensitive knees when your knees are on the mat, just take the blanket and place it under the knees or maybe roll up the mat. We're going to stack our wrists underneath our shoulders or maybe slightly in front of our shoulders. Knees are stacked under hips, hips distance apart. On an inhale, drop your belly, lifting your gaze and your tailbone, pushing the mat away. Big in breath. Exhale to cat pose around the shoulder blades. Tuck the chin and tailbone. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Maybe you close your eyes down. Just really move with your breath, uniting the movement, the breath. Unrushed, fluid. Feel free to add in any other movements here that your body is craving, some side bends, maybe some hip stretches. Just starting to explore what these movements are feeling like. And take about 3 more rounds of breath, so just balancing out any of these movements. After your next cat pose, so rounding, come back to a neutral spine. And we're just going to inhale, float that left foot to the sky. Both hands can stay on the mat here for a moment. Take a look back at those left toes and make sure that all 5 of those toes are curling towards the shin and pointing towards the mat. So you may need to rotate in that left hip flexor slightly, dropping it down maybe. When we feel stable here, we're going to inhale that right arm to the sky for spinal balance. Nice and strong in that left shoulder. Big breaths here. One more. Exhale, that hand can land. And let's cross that left foot over to that right side. Follow the left foot, push through the heel here. Take a look at it. And then rotate that right knee out. Right hand's going to support you. So you come into a modified wild thing here. Left arm reaches up, overhead, finding the back bend. Fingers are spread.
Heart lifts. One more breath. Inhale to gently come back towards table. We'll switch sides. Inhale to float that right foot to the sky. Check those right toes, curling them towards the shin, pointing all 5 towards the mat. Nice and strong in this right arm. When you're ready, inhale, that left hand floats to the sky, palm faces you. Big breaths here. Two more. Next, exhale, that left hand can land on the mat. Cross that right foot over to that left side, looking back at it. And we'll just rotate on that left knee. Left hand supports you. Inhale, modified wild thing. Right arm comes up overhead. Big breath. Inhale, gently coming out. Back to tabletop. Go ahead and bring that left knee so it's right underneath the belly button. Crossing that right knee behind it. Feet kind of spread out. And then sit back. We're just going to take our cow face, Gomukhasana legs here. A nice hip stretch in. So once you're here, if this is too much, you can sit more crisscross applesauce by just kind of coming out of it a little bit, and you're still going to get that nice stretch in the outer hip. Or you can even let that lower leg, the right leg here, come out long. Let's take a nice big inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, let's twist to the right. Let those right fingertips land behind you and help support you and find some length here. So inhale, a nice long spine. Both sit bones are grounded down. Exhale, twisting, maybe looking over that right shoulder. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, feel the twist. Inhale to gently come out. And then exhale, folding it forward. Trying to draw your shoulder blades back here so we avoid rounding through our back. And drop your chin. Nice big breaths here. Just a couple more. When you're ready, on your next inhale, slowly lift it back up, staying for that exhale. We're just going to gently roll back towards our knees, unwind those legs, or knees, and then bring that right knee so it's underneath the belly button. Cross the left knee behind it, widen the feet, and sitting back. Getting comfortable here, changing around the shape of your legs here if you need to. And then when you're ready, inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, twisting to that left side. So those left fingertips land behind you, help to find some length there. Both sit bones are grounded down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, maybe looking over the left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more breath. When you're ready, inhale to come out of the twist. Exhale, fold it down, drawing your shoulder blades back. Chin tucks. Big breath to settle. Slow the breath down, reconnect. One more breath. Inhale, slowly lift. Exhale. And then just roll back to the knees. Uncross, unwind here. Getting any movements here that might feel good for you. Maybe you roll out the hips or do some hip circles. If you need a cat-cow, take a couple of breaths and work through any of those kinks. And when you're ready, come back towards tabletop, find your alignment, tuck the toes, take an inhale. Exhale, hips lift for down dog. First down dog here. So just take a moment and really build it, starting at your hands. So we want to be pushing the mat away with the pads of our fingers, not our palm or the wrist, the base of the hand, I should say. Then moving up the arms, take those elbows and rotate them towards your face. Elbows and armpits just rotated towards your face. Release your neck, maybe nodding yes and no or rolling it out a little bit to help encourage the release. Draw your belly button in. Hips lift, heels push towards the earth. Nice big breaths here, fully engaged. Take a cleansing breath here, nice big inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale. Next, inhale, bend your knees and look to the top of the mat. Exhale, feet to hands. We're going to inhale a half lift. So either draw your hands to blocks if you have them, or even to the shins. Pushing through the backs of your legs. Draw your shoulder blades back nice and long through the spine. Just looking out a little bit in front of you. And just check to see where your weight's at here. If it feels like you're in your heels, maybe draw some of the weight to the balls of your feet and vice versa. Big inhale. Exhale, bend your knees and fold it down. Release your neck. Forward fold. We're going to be here for a few breaths. So if you want to just hang your arms, you can. If you want to grab opposite elbows and ragdoll, you can do that. Or maybe we take a shoulder stretch here and interlace the hands behind your head and let them fall. Nice big breaths. Keep a healthy bend in your knees. Keeps us in our hamstrings instead of that low back. Just a few more breaths here. On your next exhale, gently release your hands if you have them bound. Then on an inhale, we're going to root through our feet and we're going to rise all the way up. Palms can touch. Exhale, hands through heart. And then just let them hang to the side. So I'm going to build our mountain pose here. Foundation poses are just so important to figure out what they should feel like or how they feel for you today. So I like to take some time as we get to each of them for the first time. So starting at the feet, we're building from the ground up. Lift up your toes, maybe spread them out, and set the toes back down. Sort of lift up the knees by just engaging through the thighs here. Slight tuck of the tailbone. Arms can just hang next to you here. Fingers are spread. Maybe those shoulders come up to your ears, and then you just relax them. Shoulder blades draw back. Pull that belly in, tall through the crown of your head. Fully engaged here in our mountain pose, Tadasana. Close your eyes. Take 3 big breaths here. Inhale, draw those hands up high. On the exhale, we're going to send that right hand behind us and that left hand forward. So we're twisting here. Right hand is behind, left is forward. Draw that right hip forward here. So we're trying to keep the hips square to the top of the mat and twisting. Fingers are spread. Big breath. We're going to revolve our twist. So let that right hand come to your lower back. Inhale, that left hand draws up overhead. Exhale, bend the left knee, and those left fingertips are going to come to the outside of that right toe, the right pinky toe, right hand to the sky. Or you can grab a block here as well and bring that earth up to you slightly. Breathe into the twist here. Right fingers are spread. On your next exhale, come out of the twist, fold it down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, left hand back, right hand forward. Drawing that left hip forward to help square it off. Big breaths in the twist. Nice healthy spine. Inhale. Exhale, left hand to lower back. Inhale, right fingers reach up overhead. Exhale, bending into that right knee. The right fingertips land to the outside of the left foot, left hand to the sky. Big breaths. Next, exhale, gently coming out of that twist. Fold. Inhale, half left hands to shins. On an exhale, we're just going to plant our hands and we're going to step it back to plank. You can keep your knees down or up in plank. If you want knees down in plank, go ahead and let them come down to the mat, but we're still pushing the mat away so we're not sinking into the shoulders. If you want to take traditional plank, here on the balls of your feet, push through your heels, pull that belly in, hips are in line with shoulders. Nice big breath here. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. If you want to take the vinyasa there as we go through it, that's totally up to you. It's your practice. I'm not going to cue the full vinyasa because this is a slow flow class. And while we do get a nice workout, I really want to take the time in various of the poses to feel them. And it's really tough when I can't see you to know how your chaturanga looks and your up dog or cobra. Which I feel like is a whole class in and of itself, so maybe I'll do that. But for today, if you know it and you want it, go for it. Have a reason to do it. Don't do it just to do it. A big breath in down dog. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, bend your knees, look to the top. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fold it down, neck releases. Inhale, we rise, palms touch. Find a slight back bend here. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back to plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, down dog. Big breath here. Inhale, bend your knees, look to the top. Exhale, feet to hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise. This time, grab that left wrist and draw it up to the sky. Spread out those left fingers. Exhale, side bend to that right side. Drawing that left shoulder blade back slightly. And like you're pulling the wrist up into the corner of your room. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, coming back up to center. Grab that right wrist with the left hand, drawing it up to the sky. Right fingers are spread. Exhale, side bend to the left. Right shoulder blade draws back slightly. Nice big breaths. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, fold it down. Forward fold, neck releases. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back to plank. Take an inhale in plank. Then exhale, down dog. 2 big breaths here. I'm going to find a wide-legged child's pose here so that those knees come wide, big toes towards each other, touching, and your forehead come down to the mat. Arms can be long. Nice big breaths here, slowing it back down. Maybe let those arms come long. Palms of the hands together, and bend at the elbows, and let the hands, your prayer hands, just rest on the back of your head. Going back here to your intention. Breathing it in. Really feeling your body rise and fall with your breath. Taking one more breath here. Let your hands come back down to the mat. Maybe reaching them long, keeping those elbows off the mat. Just stretch, stretch, stretch here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, drawing those hands underneath your shoulders. So you're going to press yourself up. Exhale, drop your chin towards your chest here. And inhale that right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, just rising it back up. Getting out any movements here that would feel good. Side bends, a twist, a heart opener, maybe a cat-cow. Again, just listening to those cues that your body is giving you. You're exploring the movement. Maybe grab a drink of water, roll out the ankles. Take a couple more breaths here just to explore that movements. Then when you're ready, we're going to meet back in a down dog. So you can get there from table or plank, absolutely up to you. Find your down dog. Really build it. Starting at your hands, go through each of those spaces. Find that full connection. Nice deep inhales, maybe a cleansing exhale. On an inhale, I'm just going to float that left foot up to the sky. Maybe bend the knee, open up the hip here. Taking hip circles if that would feel okay, feel good for you, or just finding stillness in it. Inhale to center it back off. Exhale, draw that knee to your nose. Inhale back to the sky. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale, knee to sky, or foot to sky. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. Inhale, back to the sky. Exhale, knee towards your nose, and this time step it all the way through. Lower that back knee. Untuck the toes. If you have your blocks handy or nearby, grab them. So we're going to start this in a low lunge. Low lunge stretch. So check your knee to ankle alignment here to start. So my knee is stacked just above my ankle. So if your knee is in front of your ankle, just shift around a little bit. Use your blocks here just to get a little height so you can draw your shoulder blades back. You're feeling nice and heavy in that right hip flexor, stretching it, being mindful that it's not feeling overstretched. Take an inhale here, and on an exhale, we're just going to shift our hips back for our half splits. Toes can point towards the sky. They can point out in front of you. Draw those shoulder blades back. You can tuck your chin if you'd like. We're going to add a little bit of movement here, going with your breath. Inhale, coming to low lunge. Draw those shoulder blades back. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. One more. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. We'll inhale, coming back to low lunge. Tuck those back toes and just draw your knee up just a couple of inches. There you go. And you can keep the toes tucked or untuck them if you'd like. Start to squeeze in those outer hips. We're going to inhale to lift. Hands lift. Exhale, shoulders drop away from your ears. Nice big breath here. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, send those left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. Big breath in the twist. And we're going to draw this left hand to lower back. Inhale, right arms to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the mat, left hand to the sky. Finding the runner's lunge twist here. So tucking those back toes, knee off the mat. Adjust that right wrist as you need to. Nice long line of energy here. The left fingertips are spread. Push through the heel. Inhale. Exhale, cactus that left elbow. A little deeper into the spine. Inhale, coming back up to the twist. Coming all the way out, left hand to the inside of that left foot. We're just going to walk it around here. So we're going to find a wide-legged forward fold. So walk it around the long edge of the mat. toes are slightly in, heels slightly out. They're about a wrist distance apart or arms distance apart. Maybe shifting in out of the hips if you like here. And then on an exhale, when you're ready, fold it down. Check your weight, trying to bring it equally or as equal as you can to the ball of the foot and the heel. Release your neck, maybe opposite elbows would feel good. Nice big breaths here. On your next inhale, come to a half lift. I'm just going to spin those left toes out. Start bending into that left knee. Left hand can come to the inside of that left foot, sending that right hand to the sky. So we're making our way towards a side angle here. You can grab a block if you want underneath that left hand, or you can bring that left elbow to the inside of that left knee. Right fingers are spread. All the fingers are spread right now. Lots of energy here. Finding a little bit of weight in the outside edge of the back foot. Big inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, we're going to lift. Exhale to warrior two. Taking your time here to set it up. So my left knee is tracking over my pinky toe. My hips are square with the long edge of the mat. My front heel is in line basically with the arch of that back foot. A little bit of weight in the outer edge of that back foot. Core is engaged. Arms are strong, fingers are spread. You can gaze over that front hand if you'd like. Nice big breaths here in warrior two. Bending into that left knee a little bit more. Closing your eyes down if that feels okay. Strong. We're going to add a little bit of movement here. So inhale, flip that front palm. Exhale to reverse. Inhale to lift, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reverse. Inhale. Exhale, reverse. Take two more. One more. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. We're going to reverse it one more time. Exhale, reverse. And then inhale, cartwheel those hands to frame that front foot. And bring that left foot, or the back foot, up and out for pyramid pose. Grab your blocks. Okay, so pyramid pose. If you haven't done this one, or we haven't done it for a while, I know, because I haven't seen you guys. But so I brought that right foot up and out so that I have about a railroad track or balance beam of space in between my heels, basically. This back foot is at a 45-degree angle. I'm folding over this front leg or front foot, so draw that right hip forward. So we're trying to square the hips to the top of the mat. If you just try to do that and it feels real wonky, give yourself more space to step that right foot out a little bit more. Blocks are great in this pose. Draw those shoulder blades back, let your neck release. Big breaths. Two more. Staying here, make sure you have a block underneath that right hand. Draw that right hip forward. Take an inhale. Exhale that left hand to the sky. So a revolved triangle pose here. Good. Nice long line of energy here in our arms. Big breaths. On your next inhale, gently come out of this twist. Give that left knee just a little bit of a bend just to come out of it. We're going to try to find a warrior three pose here, so a balancing pose. You can even just keep your hands on your blocks if you want for today or at any time. This right foot floats to the sky, just like in spinal balance. We want to curl those toes towards the shin. Drop that right hip slightly, draw those shoulder blades back. Arms can come to heart or they can come out long. Nice deep breaths here. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, let that right foot meet the left foot. It's gonna wiggle in and out of that left leg, and then fold it down, bend your knees, let yourself hang. Maybe ragdoll the arms. Big breaths. Go ahead and release your arms if you have them bound. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back to plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale to down dog. 3 big breaths here in down dog. Maybe a cleansing breath on this last one. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift up. Float that right foot to the sky. Open the hip. Roll out the ankle. Take hip circles. Inhale, squaring it back off. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, foot to sky. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee towards your nose and step it through. Let that back knee fall. Untuck those toes. Grab your blocks. Check that knee to ankle alignment. Stacking that right knee over the ankle, or slightly behind it. Shoulder blades draw back. Stretching through that left hip flexor. Big breaths. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift those hips back. Half splits, those toes can point towards the sky or in front of you. Adding that movement on an inhale, going back to low lunge, shoulder blades draw back. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Last one, inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, coming back to low lunge. Tuck those back toes. Knee off the mat just to scooch it forward a little bit. And start to squeeze those outer hips together. We'll inhale to lift, hands lift. Exhale, shoulders release away from your ears. Big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, send that right hand back, left hand forward, twist. Nice big breaths. Right hand lower back. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Right hand to the sky. Runner's lunge. So tuck the back toes, knee off the mat. Twist. Nice big breath. Inhale. Exhale, cactus that right arm. Breathe. Inhale, gently coming out of the twist, right hand to the inside of that right foot. Walk the hands around to the long edge of the mat. Toes spin in, heels slightly out. Maybe shifting in and out of the hips. When you're ready, exhale to fold it down. Big breath here. Check your weight. Arms can hang. Slow the breath. A couple more breaths here. On your next inhale, half lift. I'm gonna spin those right toes now to face the top of the mat. Start to bend into that right knee. Right hand on the inside of that right foot. Inhale, left hand reaches to the sky. Side angle. Again, here you can draw that left elbow inside of the left knee if you'd like, or right elbow inside of the right knee. All 10 fingers are spread, nice and strong. Big breath. One more. Inhale to lift. Exhale, warrior two. Take your time. Set it up. Knee is tracking over the pinky toes. Hips are in line with the long edge of the mat. A little bit of weight in that outer edge of the back foot. Nice and strong arms. Setting your gaze where it feels good for you. Nice big breaths. Strong. Calm. Inhale, flip that front palm. Exhale to reverse. And in that same motion, inhale, coming back to warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side angle. Take two more. One more. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, cartwheel those hands to frame that front foot. And that left foot steps up and out, getting ready for your pyramid pose. Grab your blocks. Give yourself enough space between the feet so you can draw that left hip forward. Shoulder blades draw back, neck releases, breathing here. Slow the breath. Drawing that left hip forward. Block underneath that left hand. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to the sky, revolve triangle. Breathe into the twist. One more. Next, inhale, gently coming out. Bending a little bend into that right knee, starting to float that left foot to the sky for warrior three. Toes curling in towards that left shin. Shoulder blades draw back. Your hands can come to heart. They can fly out in front of you, or you can use your blocks here for some support. Nice big breaths. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, left foot meets the right. Bend your knees, forward fold. Slow the breath. Release your arms if you have them bound. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back to plank. Take an inhale once you're there. Exhale, down dog. Build your down dog. Slow the breath. Maybe pedal it out here if you'd like. Slowly walk the dog. It's our last down dog. We're going to take a few more breaths here.
Take a collective cleansing breath when you're ready. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, walk your hands to your feet for a half lift. We're just going to heel toe those feet apart. Toes are out, heels are in. Hands to heart, shoulder blades draw back. Exhale, coming down into your Malasana squat. If you prefer to sit on some blocks during the squat, go ahead and grab those. Adjust your feet as you need to here. Draw those shoulder blades back. Hands are in prayer at your heart. Go ahead and tuck your chin, close the eyes down. Breathe. Two more breaths here. Let your hands support you from behind as you find your seat. Once seated, you're going to let that right leg come out long. Left foot plugs into that right thigh. Right toes are curling up towards the shin. We're going to inhale a nice long spine here. On the exhale, we're going to draw that right arm to the inside of the right thigh or right leg. That left arm's going to reach up overhead. Draw that left shoulder blade back slightly. And check those right toes, curl them back in towards the shin. All of your fingers are spread. Big breaths into that left side body. Let your face relax. Two more breaths. On your next inhale, we're slowly going to lift. Let that left hand lead the way. Left hand plants behind you. Nice long spine. Exhale to twist over to that left side, finding length in the spine. Big breaths. One more. Inhale. Gently come out of the twist. Just going to bend that right knee. We're getting ready for pigeon pose here. So we're going to have the right knee lead. Left leg can come out to the side in deer pose, and you can stay here if you prefer deer. Or we're going to start to send that left leg to the back of the mat. Tuck those back toes. Just see if you can find a little bit more space. Then untuck the toes, knee and top of the foot to the mat. Setting a blanket or block or whatever you might need underneath this right side. Then when you feel ready, maybe look over that right shoulder just for a moment, just to try to help that left hip come up a little bit. Gently come out of that mini twist. Pressing your hands into the mat here, a little back bend, big inhale. Exhale to fold down to whatever level feels good for you. Closing your eyes down, taking a nice, big, settling breath once you land in pigeon. Your eyes closed, maybe part your lips here, let your jaw release. And just scan for any tension, your shoulders, your hips, that extended leg. Sending an extra breath where you need it. Two more breaths. Bring your hands under your shoulders and an inhale, gently lift it up. Take the exhale. Remove any props you have underneath that right side. We're going to bring our weight to that right sit bone, draw that left leg back up. Gently let that left leg now come out long. That right foot will
find its way to that inner left thigh, left toes curling in. Inhale, a nice long spine. Exhale, this left arm comes to the inside of the left leg. Right arm reaches up overhead. Right shoulder draws back. All the fingers are spread, checking those left toes, curl them in. And breathe. One more breath here. Next, inhale nice and slowly, come up, let that right hand lead. Right hand lands behind you, find some length in the spine. Exhale to twist. Nice big breaths here. One more. Inhale, gently unwind. Bending that left leg, left knee. Right one comes out to the side. Again, you can stay in deer pose. If you want pigeon, just gently start to bring this right leg back. Tucking those right toes, bring the knee off the mat just to see if you can find a little bit more space here. Setting it back down. Anything that you want underneath that left side. Look over that left shoulder just to bring that right hip up. Coming out of that, and then inhale, hands plant, find that back bend. Exhale, fold it down. Nice big breaths here. Settling in. Either close, part your lips, let your jaw release. Relaxing through the shoulders, scanning, checking in the hips. Extended legs, soften. Two more breaths. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, slowly lift. Take the exhale. Remove any of the props underneath that left side. Bring our weight to that left side as we draw that right leg back up. Hands support you from behind. Let's bring both feet wide. Just windshield wiper a couple of times on each side. Good. And once you feel balanced there, we're going to make our way towards our back. So maybe grab a drink of water first. And once you find your back, let's go ahead and just hug those knees in. Let's take a reclined child's pose here. Draw that low spine to the mat. Breathe. If you want a happy baby here, you can take that by just letting those knees widen. Grabbing the outside edges of the feet. You can stay here in more of a frog pose, a reclined frog, or start to bring those feet towards the sky. Press that low back to the mat. Big breaths here. One more breath.
Let me draw the feet back together and the knees back in. And let's just take a reclined twist. Let that right foot find the mat, cross the left knee over the right. Just bump that right hip under you slightly. Exhale, let those knees fall to that right side. Cactusing the arms, that right shoulder grounds down. Maybe you look over, or both shoulders are ground down. Maybe you look over that left side. Big breath to settle here in the twist. One more full breath here. And on your next inhale, bring your neck back to neutral. Unwind the spine. Uncross that left knee. Cross the right over the left. Bump that left hip under slightly. Exhale, knees can fall towards that left side. Both shoulders are grounding down, looking over that right side. If it feels okay in your neck. Big breath to settle in. One more. When you're ready, inhale, neck comes back to neutral. And untwist the spine. And cross that leg. We're just going to take one last pose before Shavasana. We're just going to reset the spine here with a supported bridge, or if you want regular bridge, that's fine. So grab a block if you want supported bridge. Bend your knees and have them about hips distance apart. You should be able to touch your heels here. Pressing your feet in the mat, inhale to lift, placing that block at the very, very base of your spine, right at the sacrum. Let your arms kind of come out. Maybe your feet walk wide and you let the knees fall together. You can straighten the legs, long arms overhead if you'd like. Just breathe. Just connect with your breath here in this pose. We're nice and still. Connect with your heartbeat. Go back to your intention. Pull it in. Let's take 3 more breaths here. If your legs are extended or knees together, let's bring everything back to where we started here. Then inhale, lifting up the hips, remove the block. Very slowly come down from the top of the spine to the bottom. Just take a breath here in neutral. Any last pose or movement that you want to get out before Shavasana, feel free to do that. And then just prepare for Shavasana. You can take a legs up the wall if you have a wall nearby. You can set up any props to help support you. You can come long all the way down to the traditional corpse pose, just letting those feet fall open. Arms along your side, wherever you land. Close your eyes down. Give those shoulders a slight tuck. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. And giving your breath no more thought or effort. Let it go to do what it does. Just rest here. Let your body absorb your practice. in Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath, bringing awareness back by wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe very gently nodding your head from side to side. When you're ready on an inhale, draw those arms up overhead, take a full body stretch. Exhale to release it. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat, and roll over to either side, finding your fetal pose. Taking a moment here in fetal pose, closing down the eyes. Reconnecting with the breath, your intention. When you're ready, just start to sit yourself back up. And once there, we'll draw our hands to heart. Close the eyes down, a slight tuck of the chin, a bow of gratitude here. Big inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Grabbing onto this way you're feeling inside right now. Just grab it, hug it, hold it close, and go back to it. Anytime you need off the mat, just go back to this feeling of calm and peace and connection. Thank you so very, very much for sharing your practice with me and letting me share mine with you. It is the best part of my day. I hope that you are well and that you have such a great rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you. See you next time.